Hi, welcome to this Tower Love reading. My name's Sophia. Welcome to this community. So what I'm getting is, I don't know if this is going to resonate with everybody because I'm not feeling so much it is. So I'll throw the cards. But I'm getting, still I'm getting this energy of confusion, more about lack of trust and not sure what to do. I'm also getting something about going away. You could be actually moving away, getting kind of Six of Swords, moving, world card, Swords, moving away from your person, literally coming away from your person, or you just want to break, or you want to break up, or you want to break with your person. So there's like groups. Some of you is just like you've had enough, you just want to come away, you just want it done. Others are confused, and the others, there's a other bracket I'm getting of, you just need some time with your person. You just need time away with your person to sort this out. So, you know, like I said, a kind of a getting away, but it depends on where you are on your path of which one bracket you fit into. So like I said, let me throw some cards because I want to get some more information, because that's not really, but though all those three scenarios is because there's still confusion of what's happening with the connection. That's what I feel. So let's jump in. If you're new, check out the description box. There's tons of services, counselling, tarot readings, image readings, programs, email support, Facebook group. It's not just another twin flame reading, tarot reading, twin flame soulmate. When they collaborate that together, I get it, because, you know, the planets doesn't necessarily, like, say Mars isn't out to target starseed lightworkers, twin flames, and Saturn's out to target soulmates. So you can go on to a soulmate reading and it can resonate with you as a twin flame and a starseed, but they're completely different connections. But anyway, I'm just saying. Anyway, so let's jump in. Maybe some of you needed to hear that. When you're listening to someone who doesn't know about the contract of a twin flame, they will say, get rid of your person. They will say he's a fucking nightmare. They will say he's a narcissist, right? But their contract is not the same as yours. You have a divine connection, and divine will never say to get rid of anybody, right? Even murderers, right? People don't just, you're not born a murderer. There's situations for it. I'm not agreeing with that. I'm just saying. Okay. So 7 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, the Moon. Yeah, this is the lack of trust, like I said at the beginning. It's unclear. And there's a fear. Like I said, there's non-trust. And when there's non-trust, you fear situations, right? And a fear with the Moon, you're in the dark. When you're in the dark, you're walking outside in the dark. Well, if it, you know, in your dark room or something, you fear, right? Most people fear the dark as well. So that's what I'm getting, the initial energy. So the cards clarified it. I'll try to stop doubting it. Sometimes I just get a feeling that, not sure, but the initial energy is normally what the cards are. So 7 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups. Oh, I think I was just looking at it myself. Didn't show you the cards. Oops. 7 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, the Moon card, right? That's the first row. And I'll show you underneath if I remember. So what I'm getting, like I said, 7 of Pentacles and 9 of Cups. It's like, shall I invest? Because now it's failed. My 7 of Pentacles is failure. It's a blatant rip-off from Aleister Crowley. It's called failure. 7 of Pentacles is dating someone, and then shall I step it up to the next level? 7 of Pentacles is on a trial basis at work, and then they offer you the job and you think about, should you take it? Seven of Pentacles is investing in something, and you know, it's the next level up, and that's what this is. It's no, you twin flames are always at the Seven of Pentacles. It's like it never gets to the next level, and Seven of Pentacles is the energy now, and that's what I've been feeling for the last few days, this uncertainty, right? And why has that got to do with Tony Robbins? It was in his quotes, certainty and uncertainty. I don't know, can't remember. I'll see if I get something like that. It's like you want certainty of something here, and you might need counselling, because Tony Robbins, I've done a counselling course on his, and there was definitely certainty and uncertainty. So I'm just connecting the dots. You know, you can do a Tony Robbins course. It's not for me to, I just give you the information, you do with it what you will, right? But the Seven of Pentacles is here, is like, because there's always an uncertainty within this union relationship. And that's what the problem is. So it's like, do you take it to the Eight of Pentacles? Eight of Pentacles is like, you know, going into, okay, we're a committed relationship. We're out there as a relationship. You're seen. That's what I've been having these last few readings is about. It's all about the unseen, the unknown. And your way of thinking about the unknown, and I said this in another reading, is that it's, yeah, you want to be seen. You want to see, you want the family to know you. You want the kids to know you, your person's family. You want, you know, them to, your family to be okay with your person. It's all about being seen. But the unseen is also connected with the esoteric, because the Moon card is emotions, right? So it's, and emotions are not seen. So the Moon card is very important because it's connected with the twin flame, the sun and the moon, your happiness and the moon, the light and the dark, the yin, the yang, the polarities of this planet Earth. So the Moon card is very important. It has the twin towers in it as well, which in most cards. And as you know, the twin towers crumbled, and the twin flame, 11, right? 11 is twin flames, right? 11 is the path, and the path is to have that working on the shadow. The moon is your shadow, and working on your inside. The Moon card, like I said, is also fear. So you fear if you invest, you won't get your happiness, and you'll still be left in the dark. That's what I feel. And there's this like, shall I invest because they are my happiness, or shall I just like duck out now? Like I said, the job example of getting offered the job, and then it's the trial period. And I never forget, a side note, but my son, and I say to him when he was going to 3D jobs, when I said, you get in first before they say, we'll let you know. I said, you tell them, you'll let them know. And I said, and I always used to say, look around, see if you fit in, see what the staff's like, see if they're moody, see if you're fit, you know, don't just go to the interview, get there 5 minutes and really see if you want to be there. Most people go to a job and just want the job just because, just to pay the bills, just because they need a job. And this is this as well, really going into it deep with the Moon card, because the moon has that pond in it, in the card. Well, there's a bridge, you can't really see the pond, but there's a pond with the crab here. Whoops. And it's like, how deep does it go? Because it's in the dark, so you can't see the bottom of the pond. So it's like really emotionally go deep. And like I said, the Moon card is connected with twin flames. There's the sun and moon, it's the counterparts, but also, like I say, the shadow work and going really deep into the emotions. And you don't know how deep. Even though it's a pond, it can be really deep. And that's what you lot do. You just do a little bit, a couple of counselling sessions. You don't understand how big things are with your connection and how divine and stuff like that it is. So it's like my Seven of Pentacles has failure on it. It has feathers on it as well. And like I say, it's connected with twin flames because they don't fully invest in the connection. And you're thinking about, shall I invest in this connection? Because if they hurt me, right, in the dark, you know, it hurts to be left in the dark and stuff like that. But this is about following your own path with the twin towers in the moon card, because that crumbled. So if you're following someone else's traits or expectations, or you have your expectations of someone else, you will always feel in the dark. This is about following your own inner knowing and balancing it out. Because Eight of Pentacles is when things start to manifest. So for example, if you invest in yourself with the moon card here, and you work deeply on your emotions and figuring out what you want in life and etc. like that, then, and with mission and things like that, then if your person still keeps you in the dark, you will still be okay. The problem is that most don't invest because they're reliant on that person to make the changes. Nine of Cups. And you perceive that person to be selfish. When you focus on, okay, this relationship, twin flame relationships is kind of fucked up, you know, that's what most people will say. And, you know, it's very, very difficult, right? It's very hard. And both sides will say that. It's not me just saying that for my side, you know, I'm sure David says it's hard as well. And it is. It is. And, well, his situation, I'm hoping he's not saying I'm hard, right? But their situations is extremely hard. And we find it hard to deal with that situation. So it is quite hard. But this Nine of Cups is like, you don't want to invest with the Seven of Pentacles because you think your person's selfish, because Nine of Cups is selfish. But if you focus on your happiness, you see the happiness there, instead of thinking about, well, I don't want to invest because that person's selfish, but your person makes you happy, right? And then with the moon card, like I said, go deeper with the pond, right? When you work on yourself with the crab in the moon card, you become more of a hard shell and you can take more. And that's what life is about, because most don't go for their dreams or do what you do, really go for the person that you want for and stuff like that, because they're scared of getting hurt. They're scared. Most people stay in relationship for years because they don't want to be lonely. They're scared of being by themselves. They're scared of what other people think. But the crab in the moon card, like I said, the moon card is very important here, is about coming out of that fear. And that's what this community does. I love that when we have all of us, when we're struggling with something. Well, I wouldn't really say me, but yes, if I was struggling with something, I would talk to people in mission. And mission we have our own WhatsApp group for us to all talk about where we're going, what we're dealing with, and etc. Stuff like that. You're allowed on this path. Your way of doing it needs to crumble with the twin towers in the moon card. The bottom is King of Wands, Ten of Wands, King of Swords. I feel, because I keep getting that you have options, and you might not be seeing it yet, but there's options of new person coming in. Could be twin flame number 2. Because some of you fear so much to get hurt, which is understandable. So they're bringing in someone else, because all these are guys. Man or woman, it doesn't matter who you're watching, whatever. They're all guys, right? What with the twin flame number 2, I get in snippets of it, so I'll tell you about it a bit more. Because some of you have met them, some of you haven't. your new person that comes in, right, it's like they can adjust the situation so that I've said all along, I wouldn't give two shits if David was married. If David was meeting me and we arranged to meet, that would be, you know, up to him to do that, right? If Brad Pitt knocked on my door and naked and done the willy dance and said, listen, I've been watching you on YouTube, right? I want to date you, right? And something like that. I'll be like, oh, that's really nice, you know, flattered, over the moon, blah, blah, blah. Sorry, I'm with David. You can't, people say you're a marriage breaker to you lot who are with people with marriage, right? If they're happy, regardless, right? I'm still not living with David. I'm not really married. Don't know about that. Kids are definitely a no-no, all this kind of thing. And I've just said the twin flame stuff can be extremely hard. That Brad Pitt knocked on my door and I still don't know where it's leading. I'm honest with you with my connection, right? Still don't know, still all this kind of thing, right? But still with Brad Pitt knocked, even with all that confusion, right? It's my happiness. So Brad Pitt could not influence me to go, or anybody really, to be honest with you. So you don't break up marriages. Marriages are broken for someone to search for something else in the first place, to be influenced in the first place, right? And that's it. When people leave, like your person, they come towards you because they're not happy there, but they stay there due to a belief or tradition. If it was due to the wife or the husband, they wouldn't even be seeing you. I promise you that. I remember I watched on Netflix, Biggie Smalls, and who's his best mate? He died, didn't he? Sean P. Diddy Daddy, keeps changing his name, right? And he was talking about P. Diddy who passed over, and he had Faith Evans and someone else, Little Kim, I think. It's my generation, so I know them, right? And Sean P. Diddy, whatever, was justifying Biggie to why he had two women. And I was like, nah. He's like, he generally loved them both. No. You know which one or what's right, or intuition knows what to do. You know. Even if I'm not going to say what culture, but there's some cultures that men have loads of women. I remember I got in a cab from Quans when I decorate, and this guy who was in the cab checking me blatantly, telling me he has a wife, and then he is like, what about you? You single? Me and you can meet. I was like, hold on, you got a wife? He's like, yeah, my religion, we can have several other women. I said, oh, cool. Can I have several other men? I said, if I date you, can I date someone else? It's like, oh, no, it doesn't go like that, right? I'm like, no, it doesn't work like that. There needs to be a balance, right? And that's what this is. You know, even if you get down to like your twin flame, you want to be with your twin flame, right? You love your twin flame. You want to be with them. It's the situation that you don't like. That's why you'll separate. So this is this situation. I'm just going, I know it's a bit all over the place, but this is what this is saying. Anyway, back to the three options. So it's to do with like, oh, that's what I was saying with the marriage. So to me, I wouldn't give a shit. Now, I've never dated someone who's married, not that I've known, or if I did, then they separated and I didn't know. So I can't 100% say, and I don't like to speak about things that I haven't experienced, but I can't say that it won't obviously bother me that much, right? But what I'm saying is that I know how I feel about marriage. I know it's just a piece of paper. I know I have a massive issue still today about getting married and things like that, because I don't want to be in the fucking matrix and things like that. So I know my perspective on it. But what I'm saying is that you might have a massive issue with marriage, right? Your person's marriage. So this other twin flame to come in might not be married. Right? That's what this other twin flame situation is. If there's a stumbling block that you just can't get past, they're bringing someone else who has not got the main issue which you can't deal with. But I kid you not, they have something else. right? And that's part of the lesson of like, okay, you can't move past that. We'll give you someone with something else then, right? Because twin flame comes with drama, right? But it's all your perception of how drama to be. Us in this community, we help you to see that. Well, like I say, when you work on yourself, you're just like, yeah, they got drama over there. When you're not working on yourself, you feel a part of that drama. That's what we kind of do, make you separate it and just spend time with your person until you get to the point of like, you feel you can choose not to be with your person or not. Let's get back on with this. So the King of Wands, 10 of Wands, this brings it back to the 11. And that's what I was saying about the drama. With these two cards, with the King of Wands and the 10 of Wands, your person has all these responsibilities and drama and stuff like that. But it's part of the course. This is what it's saying with this. What's with the King of Swords? Regardless what twin flame you get, if you get a new one, right, and thinking you're going to wait for your new person to come in, or you keep with the one which you're up to the 10 of Wands with all the drama that is so much happening, because obviously when you meet your person, twin flame, it's not so much drama. So this is about sticking with the one you got or thinking about getting another one, right? Because I've said it, other people have said it. So you might, okay, drop that one. Like I say, they will still logicate, right, to keep you in the dark, right? Some version of darkness, right, will come in, which you will feel left out in the cold, left out in the dark, regardless. They will logicate. All day long, they will logicate. So this is kind of saying that, really. Do you want to invest or you don't? Like I said, my initial energy was about still non-trusting, still don't know what to do. Work on yourself. This is the time to work on yourself when you're not sure what to do. Let's get some more. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands. Side message. Sorry, I feel like I'm getting a cold. This UK weather is, 1 minute it's hot, it's cold, and it's snowing the other day. It's raining. I'm sure, anyway. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, Ace of Swords. Side note here, some of you have got some kind of clarity about the burdens, about the true burdens. Oh, some of you have got some clarity about you can't deal with the burdens with the third party. 10 of Pentacles is the third party. Something comes, you just can't deal with it. Something like that I'm getting. Something's come to, I don't know what's happened. It just come to light that you can't deal with it. Is that why the 7 of Pentacles is here? That's what it feels like. Because the Ace of Swords is clarity. You just want to cut it off. That's why at the beginning, the initial energy was some of you's here, some of you's there, some of you's there. That's what I'm getting with this. Let me see if I get anything else. Yeah, I just feel lack of trust. You just can't trust it. You want to cut it off. That's what I'm getting. Not much on the clarification. Well, they're not really clarification cards. Let's see what else. Oh, it's that one. My card. It's the only card I made, really. Well, I didn't make. Well, kind of. Out of my whole deck of cards. Superstars. Twin flames are superstars, starseeds, seeds from the stars, alien light beings on this earth. Whether you have lack, victim mentality, or spoiled with riches, both need inner child healing to be your true self. Like I said, with the moon card, this is about inner healing that inner child. Because why I have the superheroes is because, first of all, we have like superpowers. And it's so interesting because when people book that's why I pulled back from doing my image reading. There is hardly anyone that does an image reading. They do tarot. An image reading is completely unique and different. And I've had hundreds of people that's booked me for image reading. And still, it's like something unique, special powers, right? And it's like no one can really do that. And, well, empaths, and you can. And still, you take it for granted. That's why, and this is this. It's like you have a gift that's given to you and you're wondering if to invest. But it's like Superman has, is it kryptonite? His weaknesses. But he still carries on, does his job, goes out there. He has to be, you know, in the dark. Like I said, the moon card is massive. You don't understand the true concept, and it goes well with the superstars. You know, he can't tell anyone about his job. Twinflame's always going, oh, I've got, guess what, Sarah Louise? You lot, best friends, I've got a special deep connection. Right? The superheroes can't tell anybody. When you have a gift, you don't really show it off and tell anybody about it. And this is what this is. And you're thinking, shall I invest in that? But if you said, in a cab, another cab guy coming back from my son, and he was like, it must be new because normally they don't talk. I pretend I'm sleeping because I'm not a chatterbox. Very private. You lot might think I'm not, look, because I waffle off. It's like, if you had any superpowers, what would you want be? So I thought I'll engage because I see myself as image reading is my superpowers 100%. And my regression therapy, because I can't teach it and I'd love to teach it. So I know it's a unique gift for me, right? So I said, okay, fly. He's like, yeah, I'll have to fly as well. You know, I'll have to be Superman, start waffling and off. And I'm like, everyone will have to be Superman or the Hulk or whatever. And it's like, you have this kind of gift. You are starseed, a seed from a star, superstar, right? Which has a gift. But you're like, obviously that comes with crap. When you look at all the superhero films, it's not easy sailing, is it? It's not. Generally, when you do the dots, they're normally isolated. They can't really have relationships. They're always like, no one really knows about their superpowers and all this kind of thing, right? There's always a dark side to it. They've got to go and battle planet Earth. They're not. I don't see Hulk here buying crystals and Reiki and namaste and all that to solve planet Earth. That's this card's superpowers, right? And you don't do anything with it. Your gifts or your abilities, you don't do anything with it. It's more than just what you lot do on the basic. And they always come away from friends and family and they have to do all that because of they're different and the family won't understand them. All of that, right? Connect the dots. If you're like, this is woohoo and I'm not really connected, then you need to fuck off. This ain't your community. This ain't your channel. Go and listen to a soulmate, right? Because I'm talking to true, spiritual, empaths, light workers, twin flames and all that kind of thing, right? That know they feel different. And different is alien. An alien gives you gifts, right? And extra powers. That's what it is. You don't know this, but you are the reason why I get out of bed. Depression, I'll get back to that. There's depression here. I want to love you, but I don't know how. I'm scared you don't love me as much as I love you. That's hidden, your person. And that is quite scary. It's like as if Brad Pitt, I say Brad Pitt, don't really, I can't say I don't like him, I don't know him, right? But it's not really, I don't really fancy anybody. It's not my thing. It's not my like, ooh, you know, I absolutely adore Sylvester Stallone, Dolph Lundgren, Clint Eastwood, Morgan Freeman. I have people that I think, oh, wow, you know, amazing actors, right? Because I love movies, but not like, oh, he's fit. I don't do that kind of thing. Not interested in that. And because I hate it because people look at me how I look. So I don't really look at people how they look. But anyway, say, for example, dating Brad Pitt, right, is like, that would be kind of scary. And that's what I feel with your person. It's like, it's okay dating someone who's you're not really in love with, because you can deal with that. But going out of that, they feel that connection of, if I'm fully committing this is scary. Scary love, right? That's what I feel with your person, which is hidden, which isn't really hidden because it's emotion, and you feel that emotions will, you know, it's different. You know they feel that, right? But it's not really said. You know, I have a deep love. This ain't fucking bullshit Hollywood films, right? Where they portray men to be in a certain way. I can't say that word. Fucking up their masculinities, right? And I'm not saying men are not romantic, but, you know, making them out that they go down on bended knee, they go and pick the ring, they put the flowers out, they always apologize. Men are masculine, man. They're builders, they're crafters, they're out there. It's like taking away their masculinity, which degrades the men, right? Pushes women up. This is going deep. The moon card, like I said, you lot don't know the connection. Degrades the masculines to make them feel like, well, I'm not having much power here, where they do have a lot of power. And secondly, oh, David doesn't talk video, kind of what I'm saying about, right? And also then making women feel like, well, men don't do nothing romantic. They do. They do. When your person works long hours and takes the risk to see you after the risk of losing something that they obviously feel is massive to them, right? A marriage or kids, or to disrespect their family, to come away, to come and see you as a secret, you should see that as romantic, right? They open the door, they look at you and they gaze in your eyes and you can feel that love. Isn't that romantic? This is this. The moon card, your emotions need to crumble and change, right? About how you see this connection and go on to a different path. Because the moon card has two paths. So that's that with the I want to love you, but no, I'm scared you don't love me as much as I love you. I want to love you, but I don't know how. Like I said, with me dating Brad Pitt, you dating that Brad Pitt, isn't that a different version of love? Do you think you can do the same thing as you're doing with a soulmate if you dated someone else? Now, I'm not saying that your person is a lower version and you're a higher version, but I'm just trying to give an example. They know that it's a different energetic frequency without putting those words in their mouth. And so they're thinking about, how do I do that? This is a different love. And you should kind of understand what I'm saying. Here's this depression. So what is this about? You don't know this, but you are the reason why I get out of bed every day. The Seven of Pentacles is the first card. So maybe understanding that. Go and look about depression. You're probably depressed yourself. But depression is rife in twin flame connections. And the reason why it is also connected with narcissism as well. It's a trait of it. But depression is because most people depressed their emotions. Back to the moon card, right? And when they depress their emotions and they get into this fear state and stuff like that, because like I said, this David Icke talked about it as well. Mark Passio talks about it. All proper spiritual leaders talk about it. About there's a word, but I can't think of the word, but, you know, squashing, I call it squashing, but, you know, squashing the masculinities, right? And that's to do with this. And this is like not feeling good enough to be in their power because of the matrix. For example, your person will love to say come away from the third party and maybe go to court, but the court might not, they might not be having enough money. The system, the matrix makes them out to look bad. The mothers, this is about, the matrix has taken away that masculinity within them. I know it's deep, that makes them go into a depressed state. And that's why they do alcohol and drink and stuff like that, a lot of twin flames, because they're heightened. The moon card is emotions, so they feel it more. They're an empath like you. They might not admit it, but they are. So that's why a lot of twin flames go to drugs and stuff like that, because what you do, we go to the spiritual way, which is supposed to go within, which is the intention for the feminine, to work on our emotions. They don't really go down that line, right? But they feel connected with source, so they want to get high, right? You want to get high, so you like, I want to get to talk to my guides, higher mind, blah, 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 right? So you go to spirituality. And I do that because you don't really go to spirituality. You go to bullshit crap, right? But they get high, literally a different version of getting high. Weed is supposed to be like that, you know, whatever other drugs. But like I said, because of the depressed state, because the matrix stops them from being who they truly want to be, whatever way they see it, right? And this is a part of the twin flame contract. So they're telling me more about the contract in my readings, but on an individual, I don't need to do any more videos, I don't feel. This is about you wanting to really want to do the work for yourself. This time now is for you to do the work. There's a lot of confusion. What do I do? What do I do? Well, book people in the community, then you'll know what to do, right? If you're in the twin flame community, check out the Facebook group and pick someone in the Facebook group, or check out the New Earth community. You'll see who else to book in there. I'm not sure if I'm doing anything at the moment. I come in and out if I offer the services of counseling or image readings. But anyway, so that's it for now. Speak to you later.